So what is Philippi Church? Philippi was a church planted in the summer of 2019. We were sent out by a church called Heritage Christian Fellowship in Medford, Oregon, where I worked on staff as an associate pastor for 6 years. The Lord had been putting on our heart to plant a church for quite some time, my wife Randy and I. And God was gracious enough to give us the opportunity to do that here in this community of Grants Pass. We formulated a team by God's grace of phenomenally talented and gifted and called people that came with us, planted with about 50 individuals. And since then, God has graciously grown that work and brought more people to do the work and the labor. We named it Philippi because the church of Philippi in Acts chapter 16 was known for its generosity. It was made up of kind of a hodgepodge group, eclectic group of people. Lydia, the Philippian jailer, some young lady who had a demon cast out of her. And we just thought, we love that idea. We love the idea of being a church made up of diversity, all different kinds of walks, all different kinds of theology, but all focused on the person and work of Jesus Christ. We are a gospel-centered church, and what I mean by that is that we believe that what Jesus has done and is doing is the way that we grow as Christians, not through trying harder, not through being more determined to grow. We believe we grow by a better and a stronger belief in what Jesus has accomplished and what he has done. The mandate of Christians was to make disciples. We see disciple making as our primary focus and our primary intent. And what we believe disciple making is helping people to believe the gospel to a greater degree, so that who Jesus is and what Jesus has done begins to envelop our lives even further. There is a lot of hurt and a lot of brokenness in this community, a lot of need for what we know the gospel can do in people's lives. And that's exactly why we planted this church. We want to see the gospel transform lives. In fact, that's our mission statement, transforming lives with the gospel. We believe that what Jesus has done and is doing is the ultimate answer to the human condition. And so we preach that. We bring that into the forefront of people's lives through relationship. We believe evangelism happens when we embed ourselves into our community. We put ourselves in front of people's lives and we become their friends and love them. Our Sunday mornings are a little different than a traditional service. We always try to include time for conversation. We believe Christians grow not when they just sit and listen, but when they actually have dialogue about what we're talking about the subject matter, about the text. So we try to always make time on our Sunday mornings for there to be group-type conversations. We believe church needs to be sort of rethought, re-examined a little bit in our Western context, as it sometimes has sort of started to feel like just come and sit and listen. We would like to change that a little bit, change that thinking a little bit. So if you come on a Sunday morning, which you can expect, as you can expect a group of people that love Jesus, that are fallen and broken and sinful, that are trying our best to be on mission for Christ and make disciples. You can expect to hear exegetical teaching that is verse by verse through the Bible, gospel-centered teaching, not guilt-based or works-based teaching, but teaching that emphasizes the work and the power and the transformational love of Jesus Christ in our lives. You can expect to have a conversation about what we talked about in the sermon directly after most weeks. You can expect worship that lifts high the glory of God and exclaims the gospel and all that he has done. Honestly, we're just a family. We're a family that love each other and we love Jesus and we're growing together. We hope to see this community transformed by the gospel, hopefully through the conduit of our lives. So we'd love for you to visit. We'd love for you to come by and just see us and pray for us in our ministry. Grace and peace to you. I hope this helps. If you have more questions, you can drop us a line here on the website and we will respond as quickly as we can.